Hi, everybody. Welcome to Chemistry for the Year. My name is Mrs. London, if you haven't had me before. But we are going to kind of go through and talk about the beginnings of chemistry and what I expect from you this year. So each unit, you will receive a Google slide that is going to serve as a binder. So instead of you actually having to have the paper version of it, it will now be a digital binder. And so what I'm giving you now is our first unit on measuring matter. And this is going to be your digital binder for this unit. As you go through the unit, you're going to be able to see each lesson, and you can click on these lessons to go back and forth. And so right now we're in lesson 1. And then I'll also show you how the exit ticket works on the side, the calendar, and your reference material as well. And so you're going to use this notebook. It'll contain each unit. It'll contain your notes, the videos that you're to watch, take your notes. And it's also going to include every one of the lessons or activities that you're going to be required to do for each unit. And all assignments will be assigned and turned in using Google Classroom. We're trying to limit as much paper usage as possible this year, and so you will be using Google Classroom for all of your notes and your assignments, and everything will be turned in through there as well. For those of you who are complete virtual learners, you will sometimes notice that we will be doing in-class activities such as labs. Unfortunately, I cannot send home some of these chemicals to you. So instead, you'll be provided a very similar virtual activity. And so anytime you see something written in red, that is just for the virtual learners. It's not that you're doing anything extra. It's just an in place of. And so in place of the lab we're doing in class, you will be doing this activity instead that does the same learning aspect. Okay. On our side tabs, we're going to have our exit ticket tab. And our exit ticket tab is going to take you to your exit ticket that you're going to complete at the end of each lesson. The calendar is going to take you to a calendar of when things are supposed to be due for both groups A and B. And then we have our reference section. This will include your periodic table, a calculator that's online, and any type of documentation you may need for the year. So, how to take notes and complete worksheets. Your notes will be completed at home. That gives us time in class when you're here to actually focus on doing activities, doing lab activities that are going to provide extra work on the notes that you've done. So before watching the videos, you're going to go to the links or into Google Classroom in this notebook, and it's going to take you to not only the PowerPoint video, but it's also going to take you to a note-taking guide. You will use the PowerPoint video to take your notes. The notes are also going to be available at our class website, which is listed here, www.londonchemistry.com, and the password is chemistry to get into it. You may want to open up 2 windows and have them side by side so that you can type in your note worksheet at the same time that you're also going to be looking or watching the video on the notes. Okay. You should fill in your notes, okay, by using red ink. So anywhere that there's a blank, okay, you're just going to highlight that blank space and then type in red any of the answers to your notes. Your notes should automatically save to your drive, but I would make sure that whenever you get your Google account, you make a folder particularly for chemistry. I also suggest that you make a folder within that for each unit. So once you make your chemistry folder in the drive, then you go ahead and you make your unit for Unit 1. So if you take a look at that, and I'll try to walk you through that as well, in my Google, okay, you can go over here and click on New, and you can create a folder, and that's all you'd have to do. So you can go in here, create a folder, and title it Chemistry, okay? And then once you create that folder, click on it, and then go ahead and create additional folders underneath. And anytime you get an assignment through Google, it should go ahead and put that right in there for you. All right, so if we go back to our presentation here, the notebook, the digital notebook, another thing you can do is PDFs. If you are not comfortable with typing into your documents, you can print them out, and then you can write in them, and you can submit it as a PDF. The way that you do that Couple different things. You can use the Kami extension, which there's a video within this binder that shows you how to do the Kami extension. And that lets you type into a PDF. Or the other thing that you can do is you can use your cell phone in the Notes app on an iPhone. You can go into the Notes. You can go ahead and click on, in your Notes section, a new note. And when you make that new note, you can go to the bottom and you can click on the picture of the camera. When you click on the picture of the camera, that allows you to scan a document. And then you can go ahead and email that or submit that to Google Classroom as well. Okay, as I said, sorry, I clicked too fast. As I said, there's some skills, some how-to things here, how to install Chrome extensions. Those are just things that might help you be able to upload documents and things like that a little bit easier. It does have scanning a document, making a PDF, uploading it to Google Drive. There's a video on how to do that as well. And then just some shortcuts. Over here to access the above document, if you click on this, it tells you how to do everything in all of these different Google places. So for example, if I want to do something in Google Slides and I don't know how, let's say that I want to change the page size. I can go to this document, I can click where it says change the page size, and there is a video link that shows you how to do that. So if you ever have any questions about using Google, this is a great resource. Which comes to our first activity, which I will start with you in class. We're going to be watching a lab safety video. You must take your lab safety test. You must pass it with 100%. If you do not, I will be sending it to you again to retake. But we'll talk about that when the year starts, just so that you are aware. All right, these different tabs on the side, as I said. So the first one is going to be your reference. I'm just going to go down here. And you can see here at the reference, our class website is linked there. And then also our periodic table. To click the larger version for our class website, you click here so you can see it. Kind of a chemistry reference sheet. And then we also have over here a workable calculator. Once you click on this calculator, it will take you to an online version of a calculator so that you can use that as well. I do highly suggest you bring your own calculator to class. We do have calculators available, but again, with trying to limit the amount of exposure everybody has to each other, it's always a better idea to bring a calculator with you. Starting with Unit 2, we'll be using the calculator almost every day. So I do suggest you bring one with you. All right, that is the end of this video. Again, you'll be receiving one of these binders for each unit. You can go ahead and click through the binder that you received in Google Classroom. And again, once you get it, you're going to want to make a copy, save it to your chemistry folder in your drive. And if you have any questions on how to do that, please let me know. Thanks.